for Body Fit Solution. Today is all about breath. So we're going to just focus in on getting a little bit more three-dimensional breath through our body. We're going to do it in different positions and just see what feels better for you. We want to try and really activate the stretch into our rib cage so that we're breathing into the side and the back of the ribs, getting a really full rib breath. And that's going to help our diaphragm muscle to breathe and come down so that we get a nice abdominal connection and work with our core a little bit more efficiently for the days that are coming. So I'd actually like to start in sitting, and if you can sit cross-legged, it's really great. If you need to prop yourself up with some pillows underneath or a cushion of some sort, that's great. If sitting here is not comfortable, just sit up on a chair. Anywhere that's really comfortable, that you can sit quite upright, and then we're going to do this in standing and lying as well. So I want you, if okay, to close your eyes and maybe put on some nice kind of happy music. And so when you do this without me in the video, I really recommend that you do at least 5 minutes of just mindful breathing for yourself, especially in these times when we can feel a little bit stressed, overwhelmed. That actually taking 5 minutes of time to just breathe and just calm the mind and shut ourselves off of the energy and the noise that is around us. I think that's really powerful for our internal health and our health overall. So we're just going to take kind of a 5-minute breathing exercise. So I want you to try and sit as tall and lengthened as you can, but without forcing it, okay? So you might just let your spine just relax and then just grow and lengthen softly from the base of the spine all the way up to the head. So if you're a little bit restricted in the hips, I definitely recommend sitting on a chair for this. I want you to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. You might find just holding the hands here is helpful. You might find just the arms by the side. I'm trying to really imagine my lungs expanding, the breath going wide into the side of the ribs and the back of the body. You might find today that lying on your back is actually more helpful for you. If you're feeling a little bit tight and restricted, then just lie yourself down. If you're lying down, I'd like you to place your hands on your chest and your belly. And just feel your chest and your belly rise together and fall together. Breathing into both hands. Breathing into your heart and into your gut. And just noticing the rise and fall. Are they moving together? Is one leading the way a little bit more? And do they both fall back in? So if we're sitting in this position, you can feel the belly gently draw back, not forcefully, just gently. The ribs expand. See if you can stretch that breath a little bit more. So allowing it to go one more count than you were. And out. And this time I want you to breathe in. A little breath out. Breathe in again. A little breath out, breathe in again, and all the way out. We're going to do that in standing so that we start to really expand the capacity of the breath. If you want to pause and spend a bit more time just thinking about your breath, feeling your breath, having the hand at the heart and the gut, that's great. Pause it now and spend as much time as you need to. So we're going to come up to standing, and if you've watched my previous videos on standing posture, we want to try and get our posture aligned so that we are stacked over our joints as best we can. So we have minimal tension in the body, minimal restrictions, and we're stacking our joints so that we have the most space in our body. So if you have a mirror to look at, I just want you to face sideways to the mirror, and just notice how your pelvis is sitting in space. And is it sitting forward of your toes or your heels? And so I just want you to rock the pelvis back and forth, just feeling the weight go towards the toes and back towards the heels. And just maybe noticing with your hands at your belly, if that feels comfortable, you don't have to have them there. Just how the belly might fall a little bit as the pelvis goes forward. And I can feel a sense of drawing back gently. And that's the point where my pelvis is actually stacked over my legs. So if we look down, we should see from the ankle, through the knee, through the hip, a nice beautiful alignment up here. And that might feel for some of you that you are actually going backwards a little bit. Your toes might feel like they're coming off the ground. So don't go so far that the toes lift up, but just get that feeling of weight. You might find that you just have to tip the front of the body just forward a little bit to get that alignment. From here, I want you to really now stack the pelvis right on top of your legs and lengthen the spine up from here. So it's a feeling of a deep lift through the center of the body, and our deep core muscles are actually running through the center around our spine. They're not so much superficial on the outside, they're more deep. So I kind of think of the arch of the foot coming all the way up through the inner thighs, through the center of the pelvis, all the way up to the head. And I want you to feel a sense of space through all your joints. So 26 joints in your feet, spreading out, ankles, where your shins meet your feet, find space there. Where your upper leg meets your lower leg, notice if you're locking out or tensing through the knees, can we soften that? Coming up through the hip joint and finding space there, and feeling that belly retracting back and the chest expanding, the ribs expanding. So this is where that breath is really helpful. So I just did 3 little inhale, exhale, So a little exhale and then expanding the ribs. And I want to feel in this posture that there's minimal tension. It might feel like effort right now, especially if you're in a posture that's quite slumped and compressed and pelvis forward. We're going to teach the body though to come up and really feel a lengthened feeling through the abdominal tissue, a widened feeling through the chest, and the head stacking on top. So our pelvis goes back in space, we find space in all the joints, the belly retracting, and the chest expanding, the ribs expanding out. And hopefully we can walk around like this, even just as a practice. To practice your standing posture is an exercise in itself. And hopefully we can keep that going through all the days to come. Thank you.